My name is Reginald Ignatius III, and you have stumbled across the Latency Alley. Don't let the name confuse you. Yes, as the Nexus grows, Kieran, John, Daniel, and Nathan now bowl balls down long lanes with conversations about video games. It's sure to entertain. Oh, so sit back, relax, listen to the live music from the iced tea fanatics, and let yourself be whisked away on a merry little journey lane.
John, do your intro.
Hello and welcome to a Prats production of Latency Lounge. It's just me and Kieran right now because Nathan has gone out to do an improv, I presume.
Probably. We also don't have Daniel because
What a surprise.
that doesn't surprise us anymore. He's off in the multiverse of places doing something.
Okay, he fell through like a vent in the floor. I mean, it was pretty obvious. It was like an open manhole cover, but he just walked straight over it, and down it. So he's in like the sewer of the latency whatever, so he's having a good time.
I'm thinking we should get puppets of each of us. So when one of us isn't here, we have a puppet.
How would puppets be good in an audio only format?
Yes. I mean, no. But like...
But yes.
Yeah. On the photo of the thing on YouTube, just put like in the corner with special guests as a photo of the puppet.
Yeah, okay.
No?
But we don't actually use the puppet or have a puppet.
We could get a puppet. We have funds.
We don't have funds.
Yeah, we do.
No, we
They
don't.
don't need to know that we don't have funds. They could think we are a very organised individual group.
Organization.
Yes. We're a business. No, we're not.
No,
we don't pay taxes.
I mean, we don't need to pay taxes.
But we're here again at the lovely Latency Life.
Yeah, the Latency Alley right now.
Alley.
I wonder what time, when we'll switch to another latency location.
After the season's done. I don't know what episode we're on.
I feel like this season has been longer than the first season.
Yeah. Do you know what's really funny? We done the first seasons every week.
Mm.
But now because we do them every second week, it feels like they do last a lot longer.
That's a good point. I think that's why it feels like it lasts longer.
Because every second week that we do it. It's not like every second week we don't do anything.
Yeah.
Because on another day, on the week we're not doing this, we have the radio station.
Yeah, you can find us on the Latency Radio Show.
I think the boy from fucking...
Oh no.
Jason! Jason! Jason!
It's the boy from
Jason!
that game. What's it called?
Jason!
What's the game called?
Jason!
Oh fuck! Heavy Rain.
Jason!
It's the boy from Heavy Rain.
Jason!
I don't know his name. I don't know anything
Jason!
about him except he's bad.
Jason! Jason!
Your son's not here.
Jason! Have you seen him?
No.
I'm trying to find my son Jason.
Yeah, he's not been here.
It's me, Ethan Mars.
Yeah, we know.
I lost my son.
Yeah, Jason.
I was in the mall.
Yeah,
He was
this
there.
isn't the mall.
Where am I?
The Latency Alley.
Jason! Well,
He's not here.
I guess I better throw a few pins. Is that what they call it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Let
that's
me
what
just-
the kids call
Let
it.
me just wax my ball. Whoa! There I go, waxing my ball.
Don't you
Yeah!
have a son to look for?
He might be behind the pins. Let me bowl. Whoa! I missed. It went in the gutter.
Yeah, right into the gutter.
Jason! Jason! I think the origami killer got my son.
Who's that?
Aren't you the-
Sean! Sean!
Sean!
Sean's my other son. I lost him
You
too.
have two sons.
Yeah, I lost them both. I'm the world's greatest dad. I lost both my sons to serial killers.
Are you sure?
One of the serial killer was the mode of transport known as cars.
You lost your son to a car?
Yes, it was a Ford. It took my son to the outbacks of Minnesota and had his way with my son,
What the hell?
Jason. Now I've lost Sean.
Is Sean your new son?
Sean's my other son. I lost him too.
Don't you think you're the origami killer for a while?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm very confused. I may be schizophrenic or bipolar or just have amnesia. I have these strange moments where I live in an empty world and run about, and I start to think I'm the origami killer.
Sounds very complicated.
Jason!
Yeah.
Yes!
Jason, indeed.
Sean! Do you
Indeed.
know where my sons are? I
No.
might have to go through a series of convoluted trials involving electromagnetic force fields and strange Tesla coils and crawling through glass in tunnels to find my sons and chop off my finger. Jason!
I forgot so
Well,
much
none
what
of those
happened
things
that
are
game.
here. And we've got the bowling machine. That's murdered a few people, I think.
Do you have an arcade in your bowling alley?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a single, like, pub arcade machine.
Do you have... Oh, a fruit machine.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
you-
hear you call it here in the UK.
Yeah.
The UK. Is Jason in the fruit machine?
I mean, it could be.
you
Perhaps
could-
if I insert enough pound coins. What a quaint currency you have here. Pound coins. We just have dollar bills. It's all paper money. Except for the dimes, quarters, and nickels and
Mike,
cents.
are you hearing this guy? Please?
Jason!
Could you do something about him?
Who's this Mike character? Is he the origami killer?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I'm gonna have a word with Mike.
Perfect.
Just look for the man with the third eye.
Michael!
He doesn't-
Michael!
He doesn't flaunt his third eye. He keeps that for his friends.
Michael! Michael, do you have my son? Okay. Jason!
Damn it. I was
Sean!
hoping you'd come out.
I'm back. Can't get rid of me that easily. I'm Ethan Mars.
Is that your name?
I was an architect.
What did you make? What did you architect?
Really rich people's homes.
Oh, so
Really fancy, convoluted homes. Much like the trials I have to go through to find my son Sean.
you're being punished for being an architect.
Yes.
I mean, all architects should be punished.
Yeah.
I disagree, because I'm an architect.
Who lost both of
What a
his
good reason
sons.
to disagree.
Yes, it's almost like I'm incompetent. And incontinent. I can't have any more children.
That's
Court
not why-
mandated. They won't let me. I lost 2. They
keep
said I
losing my
can't have
children.
any more. This is Orwellian. The upper classes aren't allowed to have more children because we don't care about them.
Is that why you're drinking some kind of wine liquid?
It's cum.
It's not
That's
cum!
all they sell here.
It's cum derived!
Oh, is that Jerry? I'm gonna go find my son.
Have fun.
Jason! Sean! Jason! Sean! Jason! Sean!
I don't like that, man.
We need to stop bringing people into this.
Bringing people, they interrupt.
Is that Ethan Mars?
Yeah.
I hope not.
Jesus Christ.
He's been looking for his son for like
It's
7
not even a
years.
real person. How do you come to life?
You know, that game, or his life.
Heavy rain.
Yeah, there's many aspects of it that, from just his conversation, I completely forgot existed.
Oh yeah, it's a strange game.
Yeah.
It has a lot going
It's
on.
a David Cage game. You know what other games he's done?
What?
Beyond Two Souls.
Oh, bad.
Was that the one where there were like robots and stuff?
It's Elliot Page
Oh,
and
yeah.
Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
But the robot one is Detroit Become Human.
That
Also
one.
David Cage.
Yes. Also Indigo Prophecy, Fahrenheit, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's also doing a new Star Wars game.
Oh.
Yeah.
That could be quite good.
No.
No.
I'll give it some positive.
No. It's gonna be bad. Well, how are are we? I was away for a bit. Did you do some introductions?
Yeah, we said a bunch of words.
Yeah, we mentioned that Daniel's not here. We talked about maybe having some puppets.
Puppets?
To
Yeah,
replace
I was
Daniel.
like replacement characters.
I do know a puppeteer.
No.
No,
You don't. For reference to that joke, explore the For Prats extended universe.
Yeah, you really are a fan if you understand that. Like, you've committed. You also have to be in the local area.
Yeah.
Like the bandwidth of the local area.
I mean, even then, it's like, that's a bit of a reach.
One random Dundee name that none of us know, but somehow listens to this, and he goes, I get that joke.
I know who that is.
I feel included.
Yeah, we're back here in the Latency alley.
Yeah, I was wondering when we're gonna move location.
I said that.
Perhaps to like a Latency yogurt parlor, something like that.
Well, it has to be alliterative somewhat.
Yeah.
It's an alley.
Latency alley.
How is that alliterative?
La 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 la. Well, it's assonant in the last case, but it's still la 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 sound.
Right.
But
So-
it seems like all of the pins have been replaced
So
by
the
fire.
Latency library.
Yeah, that'd do. We'd have to be very quiet.
Crematorium.
Fine, we could be quiet.
The crematorium.
Crematorium.
The Latency
crematorium, that's it.
crematorium. Where they serve cream.
We're all undertakers.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see where the vents take us.
Yeah, after it goes, what episode is this?
17, so 7 of season 2.
Bloody hell.
Oh, we were saying, this feels longer, but that's because shit. No, it's fine.
The fire's buffered.
It feels longer, but that's because we do it every second week, whereas the first time around we done it every single
Yeah,
week.
it was a more fast-paced time. A lot more things were happening.
Yeah. It's almost like someone requested we do it every
So
I don't
so
regret
often.
it. I would have been seeing you guys twice every week.
Couldn't handle that. We're here, bowling balls, drinking cum, and
Fire roaring.
sorry,
Well,
cum
recently-
derivatives.
Mike has started a little bonfire and like out of the wooden planks of the lanes.
Yeah, no, it seems like where the pins usually are in every alley is just a bonfire this week.
I don't mind it.
It makes the
It's
place
cozier.
Yeah, it's homely.
It's almost like we should have saved this for the Guy Fawkes episode. But,
Gosh, when even is Guy Fawkes?
5th of November.
Yeah, so that would definitely be season 3 stuff.
To be honest, who knows? It could be
Six.
this episode.
Oh, I see how that is.
Who knows?
Oh. I mean, at least you got a backlog, right?
Yeah, of unedited episodes. Anyway, we're here to talk about,
Video games, as usual.
as we do. John, would you like to start us off with your unplayed before game that we've never heard about on this podcast before?
This makes week, I think,
fucking
6.
hell.
5 or 6?
3.
3?
Yeah.
We've only talked
6
about...
in real life.
Yeah.
3 in the Latency alley hours.
Anyway, I've been playing this little unknown game called Anno 1800.
Oh, John, why don't you tell us about Anno 1800?
You make fun of me, but it's a really good game that I enjoy. Shut up. Look, there's lots going on. I quite... Recently, I've been building out my capital city. I've been building the palace.
Do you play as a proper, country?
No.
No? You're just a made-up faction?
Yeah, it's like pseudo-historical, but not really at all.
Mm.
It's based in, the Anno history, right? Like, there are recurring...
Is Anno a planet?
No. Anno is the name of the franchise. There's Anno games of various years. Is like a colony game in different eras. So you get Anno 1404, Anno 1800, Anno 2070, Anno 2205. So it's
Jesus
just like
Christ.
city building games
In a certain decade.
those eras. Also, notice how the numbers in those years always add up to 9, which is interesting. That's an Anno thing. That they just do that. I don't know why yet, but they do it.
It's a symbolism thing. Something with the number 9.
Is it like SimCity?
John is shrugging.
It's more like I can't tell. It's just Anno. Like it's pretty unique as a genre.
But it's still an RTS.
Yeah, it's an RTS. Okay, it's a city builder on each island. It's an RTS between the islands and the ocean, so there's like naval combat. It's also like an industrial management game, so you need to produce resources and turn those resources into other resources that your people consume to keep them happy. So there's like a lot of things at once. It's pretty good. I like it. And also like you have like different non-player characters you interact with in the game, and like you'll learn a little bit about their story and stuff. But also like,
are they different factions, or are they just sort of about?
It depends on the game. In like Anno 2070, it was like the Eden Initiative and the I can't remember their name. Something Trust, which is basically just the eco people and the eco deniers in 2070. So the time it came out was quite like timely with climate change and stuff.
This sounds similar to a game that we've been concepting for a while.
It's not quite. No. It's basically there's a group of people that are all about like preserving the environment and stuff, and there's people that are pretending the environment isn't a thing and climate change doesn't exist.
I mean, was that happening in the 1800s?
No, this isn't set.
The world we left
This is
behind?
2070. This is set 50 years in the future.
What? 2070?
I'm talking about the Anno series and whole.
Oh, right, okay.
2070 is in the year 2070.
Have you played the other ones?
Yeah, I've played 2 of the other ones. I haven't played 1404, but I've played 2070, 2205, and 1800. 1800 being the newest in the series, and
Are
very
they all
much the best.
same kind of game, or is one of them like a first-person shooter?
No, I mean they're the same genre, but they're different expressions of the genre.
Right.
Like, as I said, 1800 is by far the best one so far, I think. Like, 2205 is like, it's very sci-fi. It's set in the year 2205, right? So, it's more about, like, it's post-environment, like, climate catastrophe. Like, the Arctic doesn't really exist as, like, an ice sheet. But there are, there's an organization that's, like, trying to counter climate change. It's basically set in a period where it's, like, climate disasters happen so much that it's impossible to ignore, whereas in 2070, like, sea levels had already risen, but they were, like, there were still, like, a sizable faction that were pretending it wasn't happening, and they were still trying to be capitalist about it.
Is it an accurate Earth map, or is it like a strange, pseudo-Earth map?
The regions that you are playing in are never large enough for them to be like expressive of the world as a whole. Like it's like you're playing on an archipelago of like different regions. So it's hard to tell what kind of scale it really is played at. But it's certainly like in 1800 specifically, it's like you're playing a small part of like it's called the regions of the Old World, the New World, and in DLC there's like the Arctic. There's the Land of Lions, which is like Africa, and there's
You knew that. How did you know that?
the Land of Lions.
Land of Lions. Where the fuck else am I gonna get lions from?
Yeah.
I don't know. America has lions.
America doesn't have a lion.
Mountain lions.
It's not a lion.
That's not. What is it called?
It
more
is
of
a mountain lion.
It's more of a big cat.
So it's a lion.
So
What's
it's a lion.
it called?
But a lion. No, like they are.
Mountain lion.
But a lion.
Yeah, but they're not lions.
But what? How?
They're not that closely related to lions.
Like,
Mountain lion.
Yeah, the name's wrong.
It's like how we call lions savannah lions.
No,
It's like how you call honey badgers, but
I
they're not in
don't
any
like
way
it.
related to badgers.
What about Tasmanian devils? They're badgers too.
Tasmanian tigers, perhaps?
They're huge Satan.
Huh?
Devil. Satan.
Tasmanian tigers.
Tas-
Tasmanian devils.
Tasmanian lion.
Tasmanian lions are extinct.
Oh.
Tasmanian tigers, I'm pretty sure, are extinct.
Bring back megafauna.
Those weren't megafauna, but yes.
What was the little bird thing? It was like,
Dodo.
Yeah. I like
Yeah, they were
Dodo.
apparently delicious.
Oh,
Of course they
a
were.
mammoth.
We eat them all.
I'm so mad on account of the fact that they ate all the dodos. Like,
I want to eat some dodo.
I want to at least try some dodo, but also, like, it's a stupid bird that I'd like to have as a pet sometimes.
See,
Are there dodos in anno 1800s?
No. Interestingly, no. I thought there would be, because it is set in, like, that kind of time period of, like...
Darwin exploration.
Yeah, like, that kind of period where, like, the old world is, like, trying to... It's not, like, it's post-colonization in a sense,
Yeah.
but it's still very much in the colonial period where they still, like... The
It's-
old world imperial core still thinks they own everything outside of it.
Yeah.
But it is interesting because, like, the core game before the DLC is talking about, like...
The metropole. I learned that word recently.
The metropole.
Metropole is the center of the empire. Like the mother country of an empire. It's called a
Interesting.
metropole.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, like, even in the old world region of the game, you would call it the metropole per se. Because the game always implies that there is, like, you're on, like, the outskirts of the colonial core, right?
So are you like an agent of colonialism?
Yeah, you're basically like a royal company. So you're an individual that runs a royal company under the queen. So you pay taxes to the queen.
Oh, that's interesting though, because like often it wasn't that. Like often it was independent companies who had way too much sway on the actual, like the crown, the imperial power. Like East India Trading Company and that, they're independent.
Yeah, I think in
countries.
1800 you're supposed to fit in that kind of slot that the East India Trading Company exists inside of. But like,
are they still around?
no.
What happened to them? Like, yeah. What would they
We'll
just
have to
been
look that up.
absorbed
All I
into
know
something
is
else?
about the West Atlantic Trading Company.
Keep talking. I'm
Yeah.
gonna look at that. I'm actually kind of interested to
Yeah.
see.
But anyway, it's a game where it is that kind of niche where like you are a royal company under the queen, sort of under the queen. You are very independent. You build up your own like pseudo country, but like, you still serve the queen. Oh, I like it. It's a city builder. I've talked about it so many times, and I'll continue to talk about it as long as I play it.
So the East India Trading Company was formally dissolved by Act of Parliament in 1874. Thus begun the British Raj, direct imperial rule of India by the British state,
Interesting.
which is in no way controversial.
Yeah.
Yes.
So are they bad guys?
I feel like that's debatable. They had a monopoly on a lot of trade out of the east towards the British Empire.
Well, my
And the
knowledge just comes from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Was it the East India Trading Company that was like partially responsible for the Opium Wars?
Possibly, I don't know. That's Victoria, isn't it? So that's late 1700s, early 1800s.
Very East India Trading Company.
So probably, yeah. But yeah, they held a massive monopoly, and considering the British Empire were the largest empire ever known, they had a massive impact on world history.
Yeah.
So, who fucking knows what the legacy of that is? We're not historians.
It's funny
Should
to
get a
look at
historian now.
Britain back then and Britain now. They're two very different countries.
We're just a bit shit.
We're just a bit shit.
We were still shit back then,
But we're shit with
But like
power.
a more like
but shit in a like
productive type of shit.
colonial
Yeah.
way.
Like, at least like money was coming in because we were raping all these other countries.
Just now we've just got racists. That's our main export.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and just
And-
like TV shows.
Not good ones.
Not good ones, no.
Doctor Who's big again, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty big at the moment.
We're not even in Britain.
The
Why are we talking this? Sorry, yeah.
the government's pretty much is it the thick of it? That's the issue with
Oh yeah.
But basically that. That's
Well,
good
it's
plot.
interesting, yeah, because the guy who made that said that it's, well, him and Chris Morris, who did Brass Eye and that, have both said that it's completely impossible to write satire at the moment because we live in like
Such a
just
world.
like living satire.
Fucking hell.
It's just
What a
there's
concept.
nothing to write because it writes itself.
Well, that's why I got a thing from Sky News earlier, like a notification from the news. and it literally just goes, Sunak has survived 100 days as PM.
Like that's an achievement.
I'm proud of him. Well done.
Fuck's sake.
Like it wasn't like that wasn't a problem for the first fucking since the first fucking 3 PMs. The last fucking 3 PMs.
Kieran!
Get it together.
Sakes, man.
What have you been playing?
I don't know if I talked about The Last of Us last time.
You did.
So I won't talk about that. I'll go back to Cyberpunk.
No.
Look, we like our one game. And we play that game.
I mean, I can talk about The Last of Us, it may be very easier. 'Cause it's a
You
TV
do
show.
what you want.
I'll talk about The Last of Us. So episode 3 came out. Last time we talked, episode 1 came out. Episode 2? No.
By the
One
time this
episode a week.
podcast comes out, the
It'll be
whole
done.
season will be
Yeah.
done, so it doesn't really matter.
It's
And
episode-
then
it's
maybe it
episode-
would have crashed and burned or done something really interesting politically and
Possibly.
will look really bad because of it.
Episode 3 was a very emotional time.
They put gays.
They put gays in it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The hell? This is my video game.
My video game
This is
has
wokeism.
not white straight people.
What the hell?
It was nice to see Nick Offerman have gay sex on TV for like a couple seconds. And then
It's weird because you know Nick Offerman as what's his face from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
he basically plays the same character in this. Bill is basically the guy from Parks and Recreation, just
But gay.
slightly gay and racist.
Post-apocalyptic.
Yeah. It's a good TV show. Like the acting in the set is very nice. The way I like how they're changing it slightly because I did worry about it going scene for the game and
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. You have to change like a game a little
yeah,
bit
and
for
they're
TV.
yeah, no,
But also, like, you can't. If you change it too much, you'll just
You get kicked off the show
You
like
become Halo.
Henry Cavill.
or you do Halo.
I know the next episode that's coming out is nothing. None of it's. There's a woman in it who's playing like a gang leader. This character was never in the game.
It was an invented character.
Yeah, but it's not much of a storyline changer. It just is on the route they come across a gang and.
Has it been released how many episodes will be in the first season?
9, I think. 9
So
or
it-
10.
So they're not going to cover the whole first game in the first season.
I think you could. I
But they're
think.
doing all these separate episodes, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like
I guess you. Well, the game is a lot of just walking, fighting.
Yeah, I feel like gameplay wise, it's pretty dense.
The
But like in
actual
terms of
story
narrative,
beats, yeah.
like most of the interesting stuff happens at the start and the end.
You can kind of just skip them, like them going. When
As
you
long
leave,
as you like portray a really good idea of the journey, it's fine.
yeah, when you leave Tess after Tess dies, because she in the TV show she a game if I remember right she blows herself up, but in the TV show she makes out with a thing and then blows herself up. This kingdom.
yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah. Because it's in the game.
There's
I
all
think
this like hair and shit.
I think she's infected by spores, but they don't have spores in the TV show because it's a bit difficult to work around. So they have the fungus now comes out of their mouth and there's like a tentacle type thing. There's loads of it.
What?
So she's like stood there trying to light this lighter. It's a very cool scene. And she's trying to light this lighter. All these like infected are running through, and like one of the clickers comes up to her and like puts. And it's meant to be a thing that it's because of the fungus and she like the thing basically takes over your mind. Not controls your mind, but like.
Parasites.
It puppets you, yeah.
So she thinks she's seeing Joel when in fact it's a clicker, and then
They
you
kiss.
see the fungus go into
They
her
have a
mouth.
smooch.
Yeah, and then she blows herself up.
I heard that it's like they've changed it or they've fucked around with it because like if it was an airborne fungal virus, everyone would be fucked anyway.
Yeah.
In
the game, you
and it
have to.
would be I Am Legend, where you just have Will Smith
Yeah.
on his own,
And you're
killing
kinda-
his dog.
I mean, you could have done it where like different amounts of people have differing amounts of like resistance to it.
But I think the whole point is like,
But,
Yes,
like-
I Am Legend.
No, an I Am Legend is one guy who's immune,
Yeah.
and like
Ellie in the last one, she's immune.
she is immune,
yeah.
right? But like people could have resistance to it. They could still be infected if they were like exposed to enough of the spores, but like they are more resilient to a certain amount of spores than the average person per se.
Oh,
And those are the people that got infected immediately.
yeah,
It's just a writing choice. It
Yeah.
doesn't like.
It doesn't change much. The show itself is still very good, and the way they talk about it, like, because again you don't have much background lore of what actually happened or how it happened.
Yeah.
But like the opening episode where you have like the interview between the two scientists, then episode 2 I believe is the one where I get it wrong, I think it's India or somewhere about that area.
Where it starts or something.
Yeah, and it's the doctor. She's like in a restaurant and they pull her out and she goes in. She basically cuts open a body and inside she's covered in like fungus. And then that's when they're like talking about like people are going on. She's basically on this couch and they're like, "What should we do?" And she's like, "Bomb the place."
Have they had yet a line along the lines of, "This isn't a video game"?
No, but they probably should. That'd be quite funny.
No, it wouldn't be.
There is small hints to the video game in the TV show, like stuff you see on the walls, especially like because in the game.
Just for context,
Yeah.
Kieran is pointing to demonstrate like what he's saying, but what he's pointing is a bottle opener in the shape of a penis.
It's like
It's a
So
fertility toad.
There's just a dick flying around at the moment.
I didn't realize.
Talking dick, alright?
You used to talking dick.
Like the fertility toad. Is this lore? Are we patching
I mean,
this
that's
in?
what it is.
Right, sorry.
Yes, bomb the place. No, it's very good. The whole episode 3, I think, is one of the better ones so far, mainly because they strayed away from. Because Bill in the TV show who Nick Offerman plays, it was just basically just some crazy redneck man. Who, in fact, most people would say was not gay. He was because they mentioned it. All you saw was Frank hanging from a ceiling, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's my partner." And Joe was like, "Okay, that's cool." And then but in the TV show, you see like Nick Offerman like saying he's told me how he turns his town into, or like his like village town into his like base because he's some fucking conspiracy theorist man with guns.
Yeah, no, I was watching a bit of it with you, and there's shit in his basement that says like "Don't tread on me" and that.
Oh no.
And that's like proper right wing shit, but then like all of a sudden he's left wing gay man.
That
doesn't really work.
It doesn't.
He's like, yeah, it's a strange like tonal shift all of a sudden. Like he just meets this guy and it's like,
In a
yeah,
hole
we're gonna
as
fuck
well.
in a
like,
hole.
Like the guy, the Frank in the TV show falls into like one of his traps outside, and he's like, "Trust me, I'm not like a bad guy." So he like invites them in after like a conversation and makes them a rabbit dinner, very nice rabbit dinner. And they have this weird moments, and then they kiss and fuck and they live with each other and they become like this old married couple for a while. And then it starts going over time. So like then you see Joel and Tess that they're just having dinner. Then you have the wee bit that is like they're getting raided by raiders, which is a very cool scene. The fire and like all that stuff.
No, it's not, because Bill stands in the middle of the fucking road while there's people shooting at him. This is
Which
real
also-
fucking dumb.
It makes you
What do you
laugh.
mean? It's tactical.
Why? How? There's threat?
What makes it even better? He has a basement.
If your balls are bigger than the fucking road, you're blocking all the bullets.
Visually, it's a nice scene, but theoretically, it's pretty poor. Because you think about it, he has all his machinery, like machine gun, in his basement, and he goes outside with a deer hunting rifle.
That's even more dumb.
Yeah,
If
no,
he
that's
has the
what I'm saying.
weaponry to do it. What the fuck?
Then he grows old. Then Frank's like, well, I want you to kill me.
Frank's all like fucked up and like
Yeah.
disabled and can't
Pain.
live anymore.
So he's like crushes a bunch of pills and puts it in some wine and downs it. And he's like, "What are you doing?" There's like another bottle, and he's like, "Oh, there's a bottle enough to kill a horse." So then, it turns out Bill also takes these pills, and they go to bed and kill themselves, and they sleep. It's nice, and then
Does the episode end as they go to sleep?
no. So Joel and Ellie show up, and they're trying to find Bill, and they find a letter on the table that Bill has wrote for Joel. And it basically starts off being like, "We're in the bedroom, don't come look, we left the window open because we don't want it to smell. Take what you want, use all the hot water, food,
Right.
shower."
It is weird that they just fucking kill him off. Especially getting Nick Offerman in, who's like a decent actor.
Oh yeah.
Like comedic generally, but is generally pretty good.
He was very good as well. But I guess in the game, you only once you meet Bill, you never meet him again. Like he doesn't.
Yeah, it's kind of a journey though.
Yeah, it's kind of the thing where you've got people coming in and you're gonna want better actors even if they're only in it for like an episode or something.
True.
But
they make a big deal of him in the trailer, don't they?
yeah, he was in quite a lot of the trailer, but he's only in one episode because he is. I don't. Maybe they have like, unless they do like flashbacks, during like some episodes where they're talking to Bill when they're because they did trade with them for a while. It's a very good. I think it's one of the. I'd say it's one of the best video game to TV/movie like
So far.
so far. Yeah, 'cause
It could dumpster fire.
you do have for Amazon's got Fallout and.
Oh god, Fallout.
Wait, they're making a
well.
Fallout one?
Have you not seen? Oh, I'll show you photos later. Yeah.
Play it
I'm
out.
sure it'll be like impressive visually, but like, what is the story? Like, what the fuck are they gonna
It's got
do?
the red rocket in it. That's what I've seen.
It's just
The bit we find dog meat.
it's so open. I guess that's part of it. Is so open you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. But like, but the fuck you
Yeah.
gonna do with a Fallout series? Who cares at this point? Bethesda have lost so much faith, or people have lost so much faith.
Yeah,
in
they should have done a
Bethesda.
Skyrim show, huh? It's just fucking Skyrim. It's the same. I don't know how you. I don't know. Just a guy playing Skyrim.
What else you have? You've got Warhammer 4K.
Yeah, making that show.
That seems.
I mean, that's not a video. That's like a tabletop.
Mm.
But still, it's There's
It's like the
there's
D&D
built
TV show.
lore, but also the lore is fucked. Like in Warhammer, so who knows how they're gonna try and scramble that together.
I
in a
guess it's
TV
nice
show.
that they've got
Well, no,
someone
the thing
in-
with Warhammer is you can tell pretty much any genre of story inside of the universe.
True.
Because the universe
'Cause
is
it's a
basically just
working
all
universe,
encompassing.
Yeah.
Is there anything else I'm missing?
There's a Dungeons and Dragons movie on its
Yes.
way.
There have been so many.
I
mean,
think I've sent articles to the chat with other games that have been made into TV shows.
Death Stranding.
Yes,
so-
Death Stranding being made into one.
I mean, that'd be fun if there's like the original cast of the game.
It's just a guy falling down a hill full of his boxes beside him.
Just like glitching out while using a rope to climb
Yeah, a
down.
guy is just like fucking like huffing and puffing his way up the fucking side of a hill, carrying way too much of his body weight in boxes. And he's just like fucking out of breath delivering a pizza to a guy, and the guy's like, "Here's a like," and he's like, "A like? A single like?
I know, yeah.
You live on the top of Mount Bloody Everest."
I did just get to there in the game, but I'm not going to talk about Death Stranding tonight.
Oh, what are you gonna talk about?
I'm going to talk about Weird West.
Weird West.
Yes.
That's a game that I know the name of.
It's a fairly recent Devolver Digital game, or
Mhm.
published game.
Is it on Game Pass?
It is.
Yes.
That's where I've been playing it. It's how to describe it. It's a top-down sort of RPG, sort of third-person shooter, where you play in sort of like a fantasy Wild West, and the sort of the hook of the game is that you play as multiple characters across one campaign. So there'll be short storylines, and then you'll finish the storyline, and things will carry over to the next character, which is quite interesting, because they sort of play with the idea of you as the player having memory of the previous lives, and all the lives being connected for a grander plot, which is an interesting narrative thing they're doing. Gameplay wise, it's quite interesting. I'd like some more RPG elements, sort of some like ambient, like, oh, I could have a nap here, or I can like get to know these characters a bit better, but it's not really about that. Combat's pretty fun. There's a fun leveling up system. Like, it's pretty standard, really. But I do like the weirdness of it. It is called Weird West, but like, you first play as a bounty hunter, then you play as a pig man.
A man pig, you could say.
Perhaps. And then I'm currently on the third character, who is a Native American type character. I've not got far with that one yet. But there's some interesting stuff. There's some like literary references.
Ooh, when they reference book.
The Aleph by Jorge Luis Borges.
Yeah, I can't say I've read that one.
It's on his list. You should have read it.
The short story by Argentinian short story writer about a strange, all-knowing creature that grants immortality is referenced. Which
Yeah,
is
God.
fun, kind of, but it's the Aleph. The art's cool. Everything's sort of cell shaded like Borderlands. It's got a pretty Borderlands vibe to it. There's a looter shooter element to it, and there's a lot of like make your own fun to it, where you can just like waltz into towns that have been overrun by bandits and just sort of like take them out one by one, or just shoot them all up in there. But I've been enjoying it so far. The writing's quite good. There's bits I would change about it, but it's quite good. Generally, quite a good game.
I do love a good western.
Yeah, I'd say compared to Red Dead 2, it's got the weird factor over it with sort of the fantasy elements, but it's not got the very intricate attention to details that Red Dead 2 has.
I guess there's a difference between like a third person and top down type stuff. You could probably do it pretty in depth and top down.
It's Red Dead also has the benefit of having a huge team behind it, where they can spend 10 years making a video game before sponsors get uppity, whereas a small team who probably like Devolver, they're established at this point. Remember when they weren't and they were doing shit like Original Hotline Miami and that.
Yeah.
But they are very much quite a renowned publisher at this point in the indie market. They're still not got the teams as I mean, it's not even Devolver who made it; they just published it. But like the kinds of games they're publishing do not have the teams that Rockstar have, and the time they can spend on something that Rockstar can. All in all, Weird West, I'd recommend it if you like a strange Western type RPG.
I'm trying to find it again. I've never finished Cyberpunk.
I'll give it a go.
Tried to play Project Zomboid, but I just kept I guess that's the whole point, Project Zomboid. But
Played a bit of it at Halloween.
It is Halloween.
Not for a while, unfortunately.
Well, this will come out on Halloween, right?
Yeah, what are we gonna do on Halloween? We should do the same shit another year.
Yeah, we'll do.
Cardboard turnips.
Yeah, but better this time with machinery. I'll
Get
bring some power drills. Yeah.
Just keep amping it up until we're blowing up turnips.
Yeah, it could be done.
Yeah.
get dressed up.
Yeah, we should probably.
I'll bring my mustache back.
Okay, well, people are bowling their last few strikes.
The fire
Are they?
burning down.
Yeah, they're bowling them into the fires.
I mean, I like it though. There's something fun about just throwing a bowling ball into an inferno.
Watching it melt as it.
I mean, it just kind of
approaches the
disappears into the flame. I presume it melts. It could just go into the ball return machine.
evaporates.
Ooh.
And
Dematerialize.
rematerializes in the what do you call the things?
Ball return machine.
No, but it's got a name, right? It's
Ball
not just
return machine.
Yeah, it's not what it's called though, is it? What's it called?
Oh, the bowling alley wally bally.
Yeah, there you go. The bowling alley, Wally Valley.
Someone needs to fucking trademark that right now. The bowling alley, Wally Valley.
Right. Well, we'll have a nap, I guess, until next week.
Yeah, we'll go back into stasis.
We may have a fourth guest with us.
Perhaps.
The guest who was previously a host.
Yes.
Is a cyborg. Oh well. Bye.
Bye.
At least 4 Prats.